I'd like to present to you two of my friends. Their name is Jack and Bob. Now, it's springtime, and my friend Jack, what he does is, he's a squirrel, by the way. He goes and he collects food and takes it back to his home. He does this consistently every day, every week, rain or shine. And Bob, on the other hand, he spent his time playing around, jumping from tree to tree, kind of forgetting that winter was coming. And what happened was, of course, the inevitable winter came along. Bob, once he realized the winter was coming, it was already too late. There was no food left for him to get. Meanwhile, Jack, on the other hand, oh boy, let me tell you about Jack. Jack was the most successful nut bringer in his entire colony. And my boy Jack, since he worked hard in the spring and in the summer to make sure that he was good for winter, he got to reap the benefits of what he sowed when the winter came. And then Bob, of course, well, he was left with nothing. So it was up to Jack. Since he worked so hard, he was able to give back to the community and share all the nuts and all the acorns he brought with the rest of his tribe. Now, what does this mean? This, of course, means that there are things that will inevitably happen in the course of life. However, it is up to you to decide, will you take action for preparation of what is to come, or will you choose to be blind? My name is Zero. Glory Vision is the mission. Glory Vision being the path of changing hundreds of thousands of lives, day by day, little by little. And I hope that you guys will come along with me for the ride. I'm just outside right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Just sitting on my balcony, spitting some knowledge. Just start now. Time will keep going no matter what. That is the one constant that we have. No matter what, no matter how you feel, the sun will always rise at the beginning of the day and will always set at the end of the day. And this cycle will continuously repeat forever. However, what will not be a constant is the amount of effort that you put in day to day to reach your goals and aspirations. I'm currently 19 years old. I want to tell you guys a little story about my experience with procrastination. When I was 14 years old, I remember typical young teenager shit, going online, seeing all these really ripped dudes. At the time, I was pretty chubby. My whole family's chubby. It's like, it's a thing. Definitely part of the diet that we eat. You know, a lot of fried foods, a lot of unhealthy shit, processed shit that I obviously changed now. But back in the time of when I was 14 years old, all I wanted was to be jacked, and I wanted to get muscles. And I was like, holy shit, how do these people get muscles? And I went online, I looked up how to get muscles, and I found a couple workout videos, follow along ones. Shout out Chris Area. So, I would do my little ab workouts, 20 minutes. And yeah, I'd do it maybe once or twice a week. And then the trap that I fell in was, instead of just brute forcing the physical workouts and then figuring things out along the journey as I go, what I opted to do was, instead of doing the hard work, I told myself, no, I'm gonna research a little bit more. And then once I find that little golden piece of information that will make everything click for me, that's when I'm gonna start doing the workouts. So then what do you know? I spent months and months, and eventually like almost 2 years, just delaying this process of starting the hard work, because I thought that I would find this little golden piece of information and I'd have a eureka light bulb moment and boom, everything would click together. I'd start working out every day. I'd find the perfect workout routine, the perfect amount of sets to do, the perfect amount of angle to do the curl variation at. Like, I was being very autistic about the details, and then that led to my own demise, because it eventually just led to me not making any physical progress within what would have been the first 2 years of my fitness journey. And I didn't even start going to a gym until I was 16. Now, yes, better late than never, but the idea was still in my head to attain this goal when I was 14. So really, what was the real reason that I didn't just start working out at 14? I would have had 2 more years of progress on to my fitness journey. Because honestly, in those first 2 years, all I did was mental masturbation by watching these endless amounts of videos, hundreds of hours, and I would lie to myself, probably like you do, and say, oh no, but this is educational, and no, I'm learning something. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You know damn well you're just there to fucking max your dopamine, and let's be real. When you watch that video, you're not gonna go and try what you saw in that video. No, you're just gonna say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll try it later, or next time, or I'll make a routine for it, and I'll do it all one day, and I'll figure it out. Bro, shut the fuck up. That's not how this shit works. We live in a world where there's so much content that is out there for us to consume. I became a victim of overconsumption, and what happened because of that? Well, I was living this life of, oh no, yeah, I'm gonna be jacked, but it's like a week goes by, 0 workouts have been done, and then you just repeat that cycle 48, 50 times. A year goes by, another year goes by, like 2-3 workouts done in these entire first 2 years from 14 to 16. And it's like, looking back at it now, I didn't even need to do any research. I should have just thought, okay, body move, body put under tension, body sleep, body restore, body get nutrition, body make muscle. It's not fucking rocket science. I was being so overly analytical and so overly anal about the little details that I didn't realize information will only get you so far. Knowledge is useless without application. Let me say that again. Knowledge is useless without application. I felt smart because, oh yeah, I found out exactly how to do this hammer curl variation and the exact angle and the amount of eccentric, the duration of the eccentric that you want to do. And it's like, bro, none of that bullshit matters if you're just thinking it. and not doing it. And it made me realize that I was in over my head about the idea of putting in the work. I wanted to find the easy way. I wanted to find, I'm going to find this one workout that's going to 10x my results versus just doing a regular curl or a regular bench press. Bro, it doesn't work like that. The reality is to achieve the things that you want to achieve. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And you know that, and that's why you want it, because you know that, holy shit, not a lot of people have this. And why is that? Because most people are fucking lazy. Most people are fucking losers who just sit in their room, play video games all day, fucking scroll through TikTok, doom scroll, fucking goon, fucking eat junk food, have shit friends, have shit self-beliefs. That is the reality of what is normalized in today's society. So you have to be the one who says, fuck that, and fuck conforming to the norms. You have to return, really grab yourself by the fucking balls and say, I'm gonna live the life that I wanna live. And I don't give a fuck about sacrificing and killing my old self if that's what it takes to reach that, which is what it will take. Because let me tell you, the current you, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the current version of you is able to be a millionaire, jacked, get a lot of girls? Just answer that. Do you think the current version of you is a millionaire, or can be a millionaire, can get a bunch of girls, and can get jacked? Let me tell you, no. You're absolutely fucking wrong. That current version of you will never get you there. And the reason why is simple. Because if the current version of you could get you there, you would already be there. Think about that for a second. You think that the current version of you can get you all the things that you want in life. And the reality is you are fucking retarded. Because, like I said, if the current version of you could do all these things that you want to do, you would already have achieved it. And you wouldn't need to look at videos like this for information, because you would already know it. So lucky you that you scrolled across this video, because I am about to put you on to some fucking sauce. Now, I don't like beating around the bush. I'm gonna get straight to it. The way to get the things that you want is by sacrificing. And what do I mean by this? Life is a game of sacrifice. You sacrifice something in order for something else. For example, I was sacrificing what would have been a even more jacked physique than I have now. I was sacrificing 2 years of my life in the search of information when I should have just been applying. Now, another way that you could apply this is life is all about sacrifice. What did I have to sacrifice to get to where I am now? Now, I've been working out for on and off about 2 years, Guys, the fucking video cut off because my phone overheated and I needed to fucking cool it down. But I was gonna say, I've been working out on and off for 2 years. I'm somewhat, I'm getting there, But I say that to say, a big part of me getting to where I am now, by the way, I don't use Instagram, I don't use social media, I meditate every day, I eat clean as fuck. I eat clean as fuck. I don't eat any super processed food. What do I eat? I eat eggs, I eat steak, I eat salmon, I eat fucking almond and cashew milk, I eat fucking chia seeds, I eat fucking peanut butter, 100% peanuts only. I eat fucking bananas, fucking strawberries, grapes, blueberries. Like, I don't eat any of this bullshit. Number 2, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't fucking go out to clubs. I sleep 8 hours plus every single fucking day, which is something that I never thought I would say a year ago. A year ago today, I was probably waking up at fucking 3 p.m. because I fell asleep at like 6 a.m. I woke up, I fucking gooned, I fucking went to go smoke some weed. To be honest, I was eating relatively healthy about a year ago. I was eating mostly whole food ingredients with a little bit of bullshit here and there because I wasn't as strict with it before. But granted, like, still, that's not the way to live, you know. I was being unemployed. The only thing I had going for me was really the gym, and I was pretty consistent with that, you know. I'd go probably 4 or 5 days a week. But we have came a fucking long way. Crazy long way. And number 1, the most important thing will always be sacrifice. Then the next important thing is alignment. The reason that you are living the way you live is because you are misaligned with what you really want. And that's another thing I have to add on. If you don't really know what you want, you can't make a plan to actually work towards it and get it. So number 1, you must figure out for yourself, what is it that you want? Do you want the girls? Do you want the money? Do you want the jack physique? Do you want the community, a brotherhood with, have a good social life? What do you want? You need to find out what exactly it is for you, because different people have different things that they want. One person might already be jacked, but they're not good at talking to girls. One person might be good at talking to girls, but they might be broke and want to learn how to make money. Well, everything is different for everybody. But for me, the main things that I wanted was the physique and money. Well, now we're already working towards the physique. Holy fuck. So that's already in the works. And then number 2 is the money. I've had a full-time job for about 6 months, a little over 6 months now. And I work 5 days a week, 10 hours a day. This is obviously not going to be my life forever. It's just until I'm able to fucking build a platform where I can just wake up and do what I love, which is spitting knowledge and saying things that I wish I would have been told when I was 14 or even younger. And I've definitely been putting in the work, so it's just a matter of rinse and repeat. I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right things every day, and it's just a matter of continuously staying consistent. So I say that to say, yes, I am living in alignment with my goals and the type of the man that I'm going to be, you know. However, if you are currently misaligned, you need to figure out, before you even worry about what you want, worry about what you're doing. What do I mean? So you might be wanting a jacked physique, but you sleep 5 hours a day. And you eat bullshit. You don't even get 80 grams of protein a day. And then on top of that, you're only working out 1 or 2 days a week. That's not to say you can't make gains within 1 or 2 days a week. But if you really want to make gains, you're telling me you're going to go to the gym 1 day of the week? You're telling me you're gonna eat fucking pizza pops and cinnamon rolls and fucking chocolate bars and candy, and then you're gonna stay up until 3 a.m. or 4 or 5 a.m., sleep 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, and then expect to see the results that you want to see? What the fuck? Like, no, it doesn't work like that. It's a simple game of cause and effect. You can't reach an effect by changing an effect. You have to reach the effect by doing the cause. It's fucking simple. If you go to the gym, if you do 15 sets, 15 hard sets of a muscle group one day, you get your 0.81 grams of protein per pound. You get your 8 hours of sleep, sleeping at a relatively good time, not too late if possible. Unless you work night shift or something like I do, then it's a little different. But if you do those things, if you do the right things, eventually you will see the right results. But if you only do some of the right things, it's going to take you exponentially so much longer to see those results that you want to see, that you could really receive pretty quickly if you just sacrifice and lock in and do the work. Now, how do you align yourself? First, before you find out what you want, find out what you're doing wrong. So, do an audit of your life. What am I doing wrong? What are the things that make me feel shitty? And you know what they are. Don't fucking lie to yourself. That thing that you just thought of when I said that, that's what the fuck it is. That's probably the main one, but you definitely have other little shit that you need to work on, and you're probably not going to acknowledge it because you're choosing to be blind, and you're saying, oh no, I'm already good. I'm already on the, I just need to change this one thing. No, be fucking real. You need to be fucking articulate and fucking autistic about this shit, because if you aren't, no one's gonna come in and say, hey, by the way, you're doing this little thing. If you change that, then you're actually gonna get to where you want. By the way, everything else you're doing is really good, but also I noticed this other little, no, like, who the fuck is gonna do that? Nobody cares about you enough to do that. So you must do it for yourself. You must be the one who takes control. Grab yourself by the fucking balls and say, okay, first I'm gonna unfuck my life. Let me fix my sleep debt. Let me fix my hygiene habits. Let me fix my self-beliefs. Let me fix my sleep routine. Let me fix... There's so many things that you might think are not affecting you in a bad way, but trust me, they are. And you won't realize this until you start to change those habits. And then once you look back and you're like, holy fuck, I used to do that every day. Like me, I recently deleted Instagram and Snapchat. Bro, I used to spend minimum 10 hours a week on either of these apps. So it could be either one. Just take a moment to realize how fucking insane that is, because most of the time I wasn't even texting people, which is what I used to cope and say that these apps were for. Oh no, I have a social media because what if my friends text me, and what if they want to hang out, and what if they need something, and what cope, straight cope. Bro, I get like maybe 1 or 2 messages a day. Bro, you have a phone number. If somebody really needs you, give them your phone number. They know where to find you. I promise you, once you hop off these social medias, you realize a lot of these people aren't even your friends. A lot of these people are just entertainment, you know? And that's the fucking hard truth that you need to swallow, or else you're just gonna keep living the same fucking life. And I did that, and then I looked back and I was like, holy fuck, I have so much time. I'm not comparing myself to these fucking things that I shouldn't be comparing myself to, because you can argue, yeah, comparison is the thief of joy, or you can also argue when you see somebody rich popping their shit that it's motivation. Yeah, whatever. You can argue either or, but for me personally, most of the time it was just causing like, oh shit, I'm not where I need to be in life, and I'm like, fuck, like I'm behind in life. And that's such a shitty way to live. The best way to live is, at the end of the day, you're able to say, holy fuck, I'm proud of myself, I pushed the needle, I did what I needed to do to get myself a little bit further than I was yesterday. That's how you need to live. You need to live with a growth mindset. If you live with the mindset of constantly comparing yourself to other people who have the physique that you want, who are fucking the girls that you want, who are driving the cars that you want, like, that's such a fucking cuck way to live. And I realized that, and I was like, what the fuck was I doing, wasting my time living like that? That's such a fucking shitty way to live. No, you are the fucking movie. You are the entertainment, bro. You just need to realize your life is the movie. I know it sounds corny to say, but you are the main character of your fucking movie, of your story, and you need to act like it. Because if you don't treat yourself like the main character, why would I treat you like a main character? Why would a girl treat you like a main character? Why would anybody treat you like a main character and not just a fucking side character push off? Because that's what you are. Like, don't get me wrong, even when I was chubby, I didn't have any issues of like, fuck, like I'm gonna kill myself because I'm like not jacked. No, I was still happy with my body, but it was the fact that I know I can be better. So it wasn't out of insecurity, it was out of knowing that, yeah, I can be better. But then it got to a point where I was just, as in like the past year or two, it got to a point where I was just being overly analytical about things that I shouldn't be analytical about, like putting my focus and attention into other people's lives and other people's progress and other people's story, when I realized, bro, I'm watching these people live the life that I want to live, because it gave me a false sense of like, when I watch these videos, like my dopamine goes up and it's like, oh yeah, like somebody else can do it, so I can do it. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like, you know how much time I wasted living vicariously through other people when I should have just, bro, I could have been a fucking millionaire by now, bro. Like, making money is so easy, and I've always known that, but it was just a thing of like, oh no, like, I just want to watch these other people make money, so like, I know for sure that it's easy to make money. Bro, like, that's such a retarded way to live. Like, no, I'm telling you right now, if you don't believe this, well, you're fucking stupid, because it's true. Money is everywhere, and it is so easy to make right now, like so stupidly easy to make right now. And if you don't choose to accept that as true, you are fucking stupid. And once I was able to align myself, unfuck my life. So actually, just recently, I fixed my sleep habits. Bro, up until like before a week ago, I was sleeping genuinely like 6, 5, sometimes even 4 hours to go to work, like every single day. And I've been at this job for like 6 months. I think there's only, up until a week ago, there was only maybe, I could count on my hand the amount of days that I've actually slept 8 hours. And actually woke up and be like, holy fuck, I feel rested. Bro, this past week, I've been able to fucking delete Instagram, delete Snapchat. Bro, my sleep and my energy, my mental clarity, my overall quality of life has just fucking skyrocketed. Like, I can't believe I wasn't living like this. I can't believe that I was fucking wasting my time. But anyways, went on a little side rampage there. But once you unfuck your life, do an audit of the things you're doing wrong, fix whatever you need to fix, and then that's when you can say, okay, now what do I want? And then you must align yourself. This is the most important part. Align yourself with the identity of that person you will be when you already have those things. So for me, my identity is, I'm already a wealthy, jacked, loving, caring, knowledgeable leader of a man. Because I know eventually that's where I want to be. So why would I beat around the bush and say, no, one day when I have X and Y, I will be this. No, the reality is you need to be this, and then X and Y will come. So for example, what do I want? Or what do I want? Obviously I want $1 million on my bank account. I want to be able to not have to go to a job. I want to be able to take my family on a vacation whenever I please. I want to be able to drive whatever car I want without needing to look at the price tag. So the only way to actually reach that is say, okay, I already am that. I embody that. Once you have that mindset, everything else will fall into place. You don't need to worry about how or when. No, you just need to realize it will come. Period. Unfuck your life. Align yourself. And then this is the best part. This is where it gets fun. Use leverage. AKA, what is the trade-off? A simple example. When I was working out, typical teenager shit, what did I do? I would spam curls. I would spam fucking tricep ropes. I would spam fucking pull downs with lat pull downs. Bro, you know how much progress I would have made if I just stuck to compound lifts for the first year or two? Or even just fucking doing weighted dips and weighted pull-ups. Movements that actually target multiple muscles, and you get higher ROI. ROI is like this business term, return of investment. You get a higher ROI when you do specific things compared to doing other things. And let's be real, bro. A hard set of curls is just as hard as a hard set of bench. Let's be real. If you're really pushing yourself, it's about the same effort, you know? And obviously one will impact you more because you're working out more muscles and getting more bang for your buck. So what I realized is there are certain actions that are more important than other actions. And if I choose to do those things that push the lever more, I will get to where I want to be more in life. It's just a simple game of leverage. And this is something that I didn't realize, that there are certain things that will get me to where I want to be faster than if I did these other things. So why would you waste time doing these small little arbitrary actions when you can just do the big one? And you know what the big one is. You know what it is in your life. If you want to become a business, if you want to be jacked, like, you know what that thing is that you need to do. If you're starting a fucking YouTube channel like me, you know what you need to do. You need to post videos. You don't need to waste time autistically fucking scripting every word for word and fucking replying to comments and changing your profile picture and checking your notifications. Like, no, at the end of the day, none of that shit is going to make you the progress that you want to see, which is your account being built, your subscriber count going up. You're not going to see that from doing these little stupid things. Your subscribers are not, the people viewing your videos are not going to see these little things that you do. What are they going to see? They're going to see you on the other side of the camera when you press record up until you stop recording. That's the only thing they're going to see. And that's what's going to get you there. So I say this to say, don't worry about the little autistic things. Just do the big things first. And then maybe if you have some downtime, if it's really important that you need to do this one little specific thing, then whatever, knock yourself out. But you heard it here from me first, so you can't say that you don't know the information. It's up to you now what you want to do with that. And this can be applied to anything in life. In anything in life, there will always be certain things that will push you further in the same amount of time that it would take you to do this other little thing that wouldn't take you as far. And sometimes even they're about the same amount of effort. So why would you spend the same amount of effort doing something small that's not going to get you the results that you want to get as fast versus this other thing that is way more efficient and will get you these results way faster? I hope you guys took away some sauce from this video. I'm about to go cook some food and get ready to go to my night shift job. Yeah. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I want you guys to stay fucking hard. Do the hard things, especially when you don't feel like it. And remember, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. Peace out, motherfuckers. Love y'all.